Well, I don't know how this moose hunt's going to end, but one thing I do know, some people get to find it out sooner than others because they subscribe to Fresh Strike Spots. So, hopefully it ends the way I'd like it to. I got enough people here helping me. We'll see. Well, after 30 years, I have a Montana Shiras Moose tag. I can't believe it. I'm almost dumbfounded that I have that tag. When a tag takes this long to draw, you want to give it a lot of effort. So we're here early scouting. We're gonna hunt probably for a week, and then we might take a few days off. And when the peak of the rut really comes, those last few days of September and the first week of October, it's gonna be nonstop. I'm gonna be here until they throw me out, I guess. If you've spent a lot of time around Shiras Moose, you know that your best opportunity is from about September 24th till about October 12th, somewhere in there. And the reason being is they're getting ready. I mean, they're in the peak of the rut then. And once the rut's over, they go, and a lot of them will live in the dark timber. And then it's really, really hard to find them. So we're going to give it the best effort we can during the period when they're most active. And we've done a lot of research. I've done every analysis, read every study I can about what Shiras moose prefer to eat. One thing that happens across every Shiras moose study that I've read is that you start getting into September and really into October, they look heavily for willows. I don't know why that is, but every study, when they do the fecal samples or they do whatever they're doing to get that data, it says willows, willows, willows. Well, there's a lot of willows in any of these riparian areas. The downside is there are so many riparian areas, and the moose densities here are super low. So we're gonna have to cover a lot of ground. There's one thing I learned from Matthew's moose hunt 4 years ago. It's that when these moose are in these willows, and we're talking like huge expanses of willows, they go and lay down for the day, especially on bright sunny days. They just, I don't know if it's too hot or they're just, digesting their food or what, but every bull that we saw, or every moose we saw in his hunt, was in the first 2 hours in the morning or the last hour in the evening. And right now it's high noon. But what I got to do is go around and mark all of these spots that look like really good locations, because I got to be at these spots at the prime time. I got to be here that first 2 hours in the morning or that last hour, hour and a half in the evening. So what you're going to see me doing today is just cover ground, cover ground, cover ground. And right here, this glassing area, I can see 700 yards that way and 500 yards this way, and it's just this big bend of willows. It's stuff like this that I just got to have marked on my map, and eventually I'll be here when they are here, and we'll get them. She's windy. If you were a moose, you wouldn't want to have too big antlers. You get blown off your feet in this wind. Right here's a moose. Looks like a cow. Heads to the right. Yep. Cow. Where's your boyfriend? Your hubby? Well, at least we saw a moose. Missing its antlers, but it shows you how tall this willow brush is. That moose is probably this high at the shoulders, and it's hidden in there pretty darn good. This is not what I'd call a wilderness moose hunt by any stretch. Hear all the traffic on the highway. A lot of private land around here, so I'm gonna have to do some navigating to find one that's on public. But we'll get it done. Somehow. We'll get it done. Oh, look at that big old bald eagle. There's a moose right here. Oh, she's moving now. There's two of them. Is that a bull and a cow, or is it two cows? I think we got a cow and a calf here. Well, you guys were right. The camera guys said there'd be moose down here this morning. We show up. I don't know why they don't even need me other than they got the tag. I should just go sit on a stump there, take a nap, light up a smoke or something.
I mean, that's a pretty big reason they need you, that you got a tag.
Even though I did spot this one, I'm going to take credit for that.
You spotted both?
Well, one of the benefits of finding cow moose is that it's September 16th. In the next 2 weeks, the rut will peak. And so if you find where all the cow moose are located, guess what the bulls start doing in about 5 to 10 days? They start just motoring, checking everything out. And some morning or some afternoon or evening will come and we'll find this cow moose and she'll have a bull with her. And maybe he'll be a big one. Or maybe he'll just be slightly uphill from the truck, which makes him big enough. You know, there's extra points. If you got a moose slightly uphill from the truck and not far away, that right there is close to record book. But we're going to move along. The downside about this is what we just witnessed at the last spot is how tall these willows are and how easily they can hide in them, especially if they were to bed down. So, got me in my head thinking maybe you just need to give a few calls every time you stop and look, because if they're bedded down, if you can get them to at least stand up, you'll see the top of their head or something. Oh, we got a moose. He's a pretty nice one.
Where's he going?
He needs about 2 more years. They're so much bigger than the cows. Yeah. 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 Broadside, 99 yards. 10 minutes of shooting light left. I could have handled that offhand. And our camp is over here, a quarter of a mile.
Let him do it.
Is he looking at us?
Yeah.
Our wind is going right to him. That would have been easy. He would have been big enough. 100 yards. That's what you would hope for. Really what you'd hope for. He's gonna show up right at our camp. All right, time to go eat some grouse for dinner, folks. How fun was that, huh? Gets you a little excited, if nothing else.